What's up, Blazioneers and Blazionettes? So I've seen Rogue One, a Star Wars story tonight, and I gotta say, well, before I get into it, this will be a spoiler-free review, so I'm not gonna mess it up for you guys. So I'm just gonna basically give you my initial thoughts on it. So I gotta say, going in it, I didn't have any high expectations. I knew it was gonna be entertaining and fun and action-packed and have some humor. Sprinkled some humor, some humor sprinkled into that as well. But I did not expect it to be as emotional as it is. I mean, like overall, like when you think about it, these rebels coming together and trying to steal the plan of the Death Star. I mean, like it's really, it's impactful. Yeah, the first half. I will admit the first half was not. Oh no, it did lose me just a little bit, but the characters were pretty entertaining, but their development was not that great. I mean, like very few of them had development. I mean, obviously the lead character does. Jyn Erso, she has an awesome development, but I gotta say, but that doesn't. I mean, I'm not belittling, the supporting characters. I mean, they're all pretty good. But my favorite ones are the droid K2SO. He is such a smartass. And he's funny too. But C3PO, was a funny droid, and he is. But man, I did not. K2SO, he is funny as hell. And he's not annoying either. Every time he is on screen, you're just like, man, I love you. You fall in love with him instantly. He's like the exact opposite of Jar Jar Binks, where you're just annoyed by his presence. Like, shut up. But, he kind of reminds me of, Michael Caine's version of Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy, where it can be a bit of a smartass too, when he has something sarcastic, he throws sarcastic jokes at Bruce Wayne at times. That's how K2SO is, but he takes it to a whole nother level, where he's just man, this he's funny and he's a bit of a dick, but you just love him for it. And another character I like is Donnie Yen's character. Come on, it's Donnie Yen. Every time he's in the movie, he's gonna kick some ass, and he's basically a blind character, and he does not need his eyesight, to defend himself. That sounds like someone else I know. But other than that, all the other characters were, okay. The first half in the opening, especially in the opening act, was a little predictable, where I predicted something was going to happen, this is probably what's going to happen. And it does. And this is probably how the title of the movie is going to appear. And it does. But this much I will say, with the opening act, I'll confirm this right now. It's not going to have a prologue scrolling across, up the screen like how it does in every other Star Wars movie. It's not going to do that. This movie has its own vibe. It'll throw reminders out at you, little nods, from the franchise, like cues from the music score, or even the presence of Darth Vader and seeing the Death Star, obviously. But other than that, when you just focus on just the characters, just the major characters, like Jyn Erso and again the other rebels, you would think that you're watching a totally different movie. Just seeing them all together, just talking. It would not feel like a Star Wars movie. It would feel like an homage to Star Wars, which it basically is. It's that small little gap in between episodes 3 and 4. And this movie is in the time period, it's much closer to episode 4. I was thinking maybe it was sometime, maybe a couple years, or maybe a few months, or a couple years after Revenge of the Sith, but no, it's much closer to A New Hope. and when they said that there isn't going to be a sequel to it, when you see the movie, you can it clarifies that, like, yeah, there is not going to be a Rogue One, episode 2 or anything like that. I mean, like, it's all one movie where it tells you the story of how these rebels get their hands on the plan, and then there you go, and then there goes episodes 4 through 6. So yeah, so like, some people can arguably say that these rebels are like the real heroes of the story, because if they haven't gotten the plans to like, if they haven't gotten the plans to Princess Leia and whatnot, they then like the plans with the like with the Emperor and the and the dark side of the Force and Darth Vader, like, their plans would be, I mean, like, it would be more catastrophic, but and I gotta say that the villain in the movie, Krennic, I think his name is, he reminds me, it's like they ripped him out of a James Bond movie. I mean, he is like a James Bond villain. I mean, he has that he has that persona to him, like, where you expect him to be like some terrorist that James Bond has to go and stop, and he just says, "Oh, this is how I'm gonna blow up this city, and you're not gonna stop me, 007." Like, that's just how he seems to me. But I mean, and the visuals in the movie are like, oh man, they are like divine, and like, they're like perfection. I mean, like, there's not like one single effect where I'm like, oh, they could have worked on that. I mean, like, that was kind of stupid. No, I mean, they were all good. I mean, like, it felt like you were really there. And I regret not seeing this movie in IMAX 3D. It's not by choice. I mean, I just didn't have a choice. I mean, like, I wanted to see it in IMAX 3D, but I just could not do it. I mean, like, it was sold out. I mean, that is no surprise to me, but still, damn it. So but I plan to see this again in IMAX 3D. I thought it was good enough. I mean, it's still, that doesn't take away the fun of the movie. Like, if you are only able to see it in 2D, I mean, you'll still have fun with it regardless. But it would have been nice to wear those glasses and just experience it, like, in that way. And I'm looking forward to doing that. But the first half of the movie was sort of a little off. It kind of lost me a little bit. But as it got towards the third act, and when it's in the third act of the movie, and the amount of screen time that Darth Vader has in the movie, if you're expecting him to be in the entire movie where you're just like, oh, I can't wait to see him, where he's just like the main villain of the movie, you may want to take your expectations down several notches. I will say this though, like, the scenes that he does have, they're epic. Especially the last scene that he is in the movie. His final scene is like probably my favorite part of the movie. And I'm gonna leave it as that. Just freaking epic. I'm just like, so that's all I'm gonna leave it as that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, like, this movie is like the small piece of the puzzle that you can't seem to find, where you're just like, where's that puzzle? I mean, like, like, there is a gap. I mean, like, this is the gap like I said, the gap in between episodes 3 and 4, and when you put that last piece of the puzzle in there, then it's like complete. Well, like, with all, like, with the the new trilogy and the original trilogy. So it's like, with all that together, it's all like one nice puzzle, while The Force Awakens is the beginning of a new puzzle. But yeah, you get what I'm saying here. But why don't I just go ahead and rate this movie, like, before I say anything else. So this gets damn it, just fucking words. 4 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid chair spins. It wasn't as engaging as The Force Awakens. Like, when I first saw that, I was really pulled into it. Even though some people may say that movie is like a carbon copy of the very first movie, which it kind of is. It kind of is, but fans, just because a lot of us fans are very biased. I mean, they forgive, you know, the franchise, or they forgive J.J. Abrams, they forgive him for doing that. For throwing in a lot of similarities and a lot of nods and a lot of homages to the first movie in there. But so, and I have a feeling that it may be different from there on out. Like once we do see, like the continuation of the trilogy as we're pushing forward with Rey and Luke Skywalker and all that. But yeah, like back to this movie. I may have to see it again to really appreciate the like some parts of the movie a little more. And I have a feeling that I will, because this wouldn't be the first time I saw a movie where I didn't appreciate it as much the first time I saw it, and when I go and watch it again, it's like even better. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling this movie will be no different. I will say this though, Forrest Whitaker's character, I did not know that his character was part of the Clone Wars animated series. I mean, I am not a big enough fan to where I would watch those shows. I mean, like, I'm not saying that those shows would suck. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't think that I would like them, but I don't have the motivation to binge watch, like all those episodes like from that show. But I mean, it looks great, but I don't think I'd have the motivation, like, to just sit down and be like, okay, I need to check this out. But I guess that is pretty cool that it has some relevance into the story here, like when you do see that character. But yeah, so I mean, I'd say go see it if you are a Star Wars fan. I think you will enjoy it, and it's a good holiday movie as well, since it came out around Christmas time. I mean, you can get your family together and then just go have a good old time and see it. I mean, especially if all of your family if your entire family is Star Wars fans, then yeah, I'd say go check it out. Just to get yourself up to speed on the franchise. You know what I mean? But I think that'll be the last time we, like the franchise hits the rewind button, as far as like just like for like a rewind, like a throwback movie where it goes back in time, like before the events of episodes 4, 5, and 6, or something like that. So I think from here on out, we're just gonna push forward from here on. So this will be like that's like the last time they go backwards. You know what I mean? Like like what they did with episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then with this movie. Well, I think that's all done now. Now it's time to go forward. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed my review on Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I may do a spoiler review like after I see the movie. That may not be until like about like maybe a week later, like, or maybe after like right after the holidays or something like that. Yeah, or maybe during during next weekend. So yeah, so until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.